It gives me great pleasure to welcome one of the nicest, one of the most talented ladies I know, Miss Carol Burnett. Right over there. Okay. Yep. Wow.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh.
Hi, my honey.
Thank you for coming here today.
Thank you.
To your old neighborhood.
Oh, well, I wanted a fruit basket. and there was a lovely one in the dressing room, so that's why I showed up.
Oh,
yeah.
And were there any cookies?
I was supposed to have cookies?
That clip, honestly, Mama's Family, was truly one of the most brilliant comedy pieces of all time. Was that based on any of your family?
Well, actually, what happened was the people who wrote it, Dick Clare and Jenna McMahon, were from a different part of the country. They were from Chicago, that area. And so when they wrote this, this was only going to be one sketch that we were doing. And originally, I was scheduled to play Mama.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think we're going to get a guest star or somebody to play Eunice or whatever. And so I read it, and I felt more of a kinship with poor Eunice. And when we read it, and then we said, well, let's just let Vicki do Mama, take the makeup off and pad her and, give her glasses and so forth. And so when we read it, for some reason, I felt that it had this kind of southwestern feel to it. And I'm basically from Texas, and my folks are from Arkansas and so forth. And so I just started reading it like this in the reading, and Harvey picked up on it, and Vicki, and then she got that look. That great look. And all of a sudden, it just, it evolved that way. So what I loved about it, and it's not that I'm anti-joke, but they did not write jokes. They wrote character.
I was going to say, it was pretty serious
Sometimes
underneath.
it got very serious, yeah.
But that was the brilliance of it. I think that it was serious, it was touching, and yet it was so darn funny at the same time. You know, Carol, on this very stage, I'm sure you know, the first 2 seasons of I Love Lucy.
We're here.
We're right on this very stage. And I know that you and Lucy were great friends.
Yes.
And she really helped you in the beginning, didn't she?
Yes, she did. She came to see me the second night of an off-Broadway show I was in called Once Upon a Mattress.
Oh, yeah, Once Upon a Mattress.
And I think I made the mistake of looking out through the curtain and seeing that redhead in the second row, and all of us backstage. I was more nervous knowing she was in the audience the second night than I was the night before on opening night. Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, Lucy's out there. But I got through it, and she came backstage, and she sat down on this poor little old shabby couch in the dressing room, and she sat there for about a half hour talking to me and being encouraging and so forth, and she called me Kid. And as she was leaving, she said, Kid, if you ever need me, call me. I want you to. If I can ever do anything for you, you give me a call. So about 3 or 4 years later, I was supposed to do a show, or asked to do one for CBS, a special. But I had to get a big name in order to make it happen. And so the producer of the special said, well, you said that Lucy had always said she'd help you out. And I was embarrassed to call her. I'd been all that time and stuff. And so they said, well, you want to do the show? Just all she can do is say no, and we'll try to somebody else. So we called her, and she got on the phone. Her assistant put her right through. And she said, hey, Kid, what's going on? Well, how you doing? You're doing great, I see, and so forth. And I said, well, Miss Ball, she said, don't you ever call me Miss Ball. And I said, Lucy, I said, well, I've got this television show that CBS, it's a special, and I know you're really busy. And she says, when is it? And I told her, and she said, I'll be there.
Well, you kind of remind me of Lucy, because when I was going to start this show, I tentatively said, Carol, could you come on? You said, Well, when? When do you want me?
Well.
So you're walking in some mighty fine footsteps there.
Thanks, kid.
Yeah.